welcome to Echo Art with Carmella-T. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm going to tell you, December has come in really tough on a lot of people, and I am no exception. But I'm telling you, we are having a hard winter. Today, the day started out like below 7 below. And then it went up to like 7 and 15. And then I just heard on the Weather Channel that it's going to be excruciatingly cold for 48 hours. I don't know if it's in the next day or whatever, but we're getting a storm also. I mean, this is tough. It's tough if you're traveling, if, you're just trying to get out, maintaining your household, the cars, I'm having some freezing issues with the car, things like this. It's tough to get through. So I hope everyone is safe, and if you are in a position to help another person, do it. And I gotta tell you, I go back to when my 3 children were all babies and I was raising my kids as a single mom. When I think of the winters in Vermont and the way people helped, we always helped people, but people always helped us. It was amazing. And it's not just the state of Vermont. This is the way people are inherently by nature. So I just am so grateful, seriously, in times like this, for the very simple things in life, being able to be in a warm place, have food, and transportation. Say that one cautiously. But yes, transportation. So anyway, guess what? I found green. I thought that I had green, and so to continue our crocheting of our chakra meditation project, and it's super easy. If you can make a chain, if you can make a single crochet. We've been doing the single crochet, and I'm about to go into double crochet, and I'm going to bring you with me. I also want to tell you before we get started, first of all, thank you for being here. If you're out there or you're scrolling, Echo Art with Carmella-T, we create with our recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies, in organic fabrics if we can. Yes, this is acrylic. We do a number of eclectic projects on this channel. If we can find, look, not this one was not found in the thrift shop, but a lot of my yarn I get in thrift shops. So anyway, with that, we're going to kind of just recap what the colors are for the chakra if you're doing meditation, and to help bring you to a really balanced place and a positive place. And nowadays, I'm telling you, things are tough. The headlines in the news absolutely break my heart. It really does nowadays. So with that, when you meditate chakra, you can meditate chakra for you. You can meditate, pray chakra for other people, and for life in general, and yeah, for our nation. Isn't it pretty? So these are the chakra colors. So the chakra colors are red, orange, yellow, green, and that's your heart area, and then a bright blue, and then indigo blue, and then violet. So red, which is down your pelvis area, red, that represents safety, protection. Your affirmations maybe: I have the right to be safe, I have the right to be protected. The universe, I totally believe the universal energies, even if something is being done wrong, let's say wrong, to you, by you, around you, you know what I mean? Affecting you, negativities affecting you. I believe the universal energies, and basically for me, I believe God, I believe Jesus, I believe the Holy Spirit definitely, definitely steps in upon your prayers, okay? So that's how I pray. I use this as a guide. So the orange, if you can see it, you see the orange? So that is, and that's the same for you. Let me see who's there. Daniel, hi, how are you today? Well, I hope you're staying warm. I mean, I am concerned. Actually, I'm getting a little concerned. I'm concerned about the winter overall, you know, that people drive safely and walk safely. But I'm really concerned about people being safe, like inside somewhere, because we have so many people who are homeless in the state of Vermont, and I know in our nation nowadays. I understand that there are now what they call battery, not electric, like where you plug it in the wall, but battery operated coats. I'm not kidding you, that keep you warm. And it's a sign of the times, in my opinion, you know, because things are created out of necessity, right? So, but anyway, I use the chakra to pray. So the orange is represents, like, you know, inspiration and creativity, and you know, you may say something like, I am inspired by, I continue to be inspired by. It is scary to be, I usually don't read the statements out loud, but you know, don't I always say this, that even if you technically, when you think about it, you really are not alone. It's a frame of mind, because you always have someone to call for safety. Even if you feel you don't have a friend, there's a number to call for safety. I'm saying in that way. But a lot of time, most of us will have somebody that will befriend us, or we will befriend them, or, you know, that's why I encourage the artists, especially artistic personalities, tend to be very, like, just focusing on their work, and they just love their work, so they're like, oh, I don't need to get out and do anything. Get out there and socialize, okay? So anyway, the orange, I keep diverting, I'm sorry. I just love talking to you guys. So the orange is inspiration and creativity. So you can say affirmation about that you continue to be inspired, and you love to be inspired, and you are grateful to be inspired and to create. Wait till you see my video. I'm hoping I can do this tomorrow. WIP, I am working on a second project. For those of you who missed it, I am adding to this channel the textile art. Okay, this is our needle felting sculptures. I gotta say this right. Textile art sculptures. I'm adding it. I am making some pieces. It's not this, it's not our little, these are our needle felted projects. This is something else. Okay. So with that said, yellow, we're gonna do finish the round on yellow, and I'm gonna show you how you know where the round is finished in a second. But yellow is the confidence. Yellow is your solar plexus here, and it's your confidence, empowerment, enlightenment. You need to remind yourself that you have the right to be empowered. You are empowered. Remind yourself you're enlightened, because I'm going to tell you, when the problems creep up, and they do, and for me it's all, I know it's not just me. It's the same for all of us. It really honestly is for all of us little worker bees. You know, when I was raising my kids, I went without, save. And it seemed as though the same things would happen through life, either a health issue, car issue, financial issue. These are all realities that can happen at any given time. And for me, I'm not, for me, I'm like, I'm saving up, and I shouldn't say this, but for me, I just save up for the rainy day or for when I need it. Because for me, I don't get to save up to go to a concert. When I do, I never get to the concert. I don't know about anybody else. And I know lots of other moms and dads did the same thing raising their children. They went without. And believe me, your kids know that. They know that. And that's why they all try to take care of you when you get older. So with that said, J hook, medium size, medium thick kind of thread or yarn. So right here, see if you can see this. Right here is where the round ends. Do you see the gap between this yellow little notch and this, or stitch, and this yellow stitch? You see the gap? It's like a fingernail. It's a row. That's a whole row. I'm in the middle of the row here. So, and you say, well, Carmella, you're pointing to the center. Well, yes, because the center, that is your, you can put a piece of yarn there, but that's your cue, okay? Your marker. That means you have ended the round. So all I'm doing is a chain. For this, I'm going to finish this round with a chain, single stitch, chain, single crochet stitch, chain, single crochet stitch, chain. This yarn that I'm using, it's called Home something. It splits apart. I'm just giving it my assessment. And I knew it when I bought it and it was on sale. It has never changed. They've never changed the, what do you want to call? The twisting of it, because it will untwist so easily. And it's kind of silky, but it is not silky because it's like a satin yarn or Angora or anything like that. It's acrylic. It's all acrylic. But it's just kind of, I guess, to be a soft yarn. So I want to pay attention now. And it's easy for me to see my round right there. It's easy for me to see that. But if you have trouble, like, you're first learning it and you don't see it, just put a piece of yarn there and mark it. And that will help you. So I'm really happy to be on here tonight, guys. And I hope it's not too dark. I do have the light on. It is completely dark outside. And I hope you can hear me because I have the efficiency heater on low, but it just kicked on, and because it's so cold out, it's got to stay on. So I hope you can hear me. I know you can hear me over it. Hopefully I'm not talking too loud. Anyway. So if you're not familiar with textile sculpturing, it's all in how, there's no specifics to it, okay? Absolutely. It's like creative, it's like creative crochet. You learn the stitches, or you learn to, what should I want to say, shape. For example, let's say I want to make a bear like this, but I want to make it all textile. I'm not talking about a stuffed bear. I'm talking about textile art. I'm talking about manipulating the fabrics into a shape. So it's the way you choose to do it, but you can use scrap yarns. That's why I like it, because it's, okay, so here we are. We're at the end of the round. So that's the end of that round. So what I'm going to do is cut this and leave a tail about 2-3 inches long. Excuse me, I need to sip this coffee. You see I have my Christmas sweater on. Guess where I got this? At a garage sale up across the street this summer. In the summer, I didn't really feel like buying a sweater. This was like, it was $1 or $2. And it was like, I could see there was nothing wrong with it. But the people were moving. They were moving to a warmer climate state, and they felt like they weren't going to need the sweater. But guess what? This cold air is dipping down into those states. This is wild weather we're having. So anyway, here's the green. And the green, again, chakra green, that is right here. That is our heart. That is compassion. That is forgiveness. Oh, I guess I didn't finish that. We stopped at yellow. So green is forgiveness. It's understanding. And many times as you reflect, and especially I think with this area, like the compassion area, as you reflect, you automatically will inevitably have empathy, let's say for someone you're thinking of that may have a problem or this and that. This is the empathy area, understanding, compassion, all of that. And many times you'll get to the point where when you forgive, you may see within the realm of forgiveness, I don't want to say the reason the person that you're forgiving, like you know the reason. It's not that maybe you know the reason for the conflict or the issues or whatever you went through, but you gain something that's just an understanding. Like overall, let me say it this way. Yeah, an overall general understanding. You can't know somebody's mind and heart and exactly what they were thinking. But the fact that you can forgive and have that compassion in the way that and someone else is not perfect, you're not perfect. And you know, I say that and I look at people and I see flaw, I see, and just this, I'm not saying as Jesus, because I mean, as we all are very imperfect. But Jesus looked at us and saw flawlessness. He saw us flawless. And I like to strive for that. In other words, I like to look at somebody and see their highest potential of what I know, of what I see. That's what I like to do. I don't want to go and look at the flaws. I'm sorry. I'm not going to judge another person. They may judge me. You know, I don't know what I'm laughing about that for, but it may happen. Okay, green. So this is our beautiful green. Now this green, actually look, this kind of, you can see the green, but then it's even more green. So it's like a variegated green going on. So I'm gonna like scoot right to the, for me, I'm going to scoot to a double crochet. So I'm going to do a chain, and I should have left more of a tail, you see that? Let's see if I can actually do this. Oh, I can't. So it's okay, because look, you just pull out one stitch, that's all. That's all you need to do. And then just go in, and then I'm going to pull my green yarn right along with my, this is how I do it with my yellow. Other people may do it differently. Whoops. I just want to get my green on there. The yellow is a little thick. and it's giving me trouble here actually. Hang on. It's splitting. You see, I was talking to you about this yarn. It's called, I think it's called Homeland. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm switching right now to connect this to a larger hook because I need that yellow. And this is what I'm gonna do. So I can get my yellow and my green through. And I'm going to do a single crochet just to get this connection. And now I'm just going to pull that out because I got my connection, and I'm going to do a chain 01 in my green. Now I'm working in green. So this is our chakra color, our meditation color of compassion, forgiveness. Oh, it really covers a lot of other things too. Let's see. And I'm going to do double crochets, just so you know. I'm going to do a double crochet and a chain, okay? Double crochet and a chain. Double crochet, and that's how I'm going to go all the way around to do a couple of rounds. So anyway, the green, it in chakra, your green color, it's forgiveness. Yeah. It's gratitude, being grateful for what you do have. Because believe me, when the problems start, it's very easy to focus on what you don't have and what you want. Oh, I wish things were this way. I wish things were that way. Instead of being in the moment. You know, I once had this boss who was incredibly in the moment. Like if there was an issue, it was like, right, like, and I learned from that person. I totally learned to address issues as they are arising. I learned to address them as they're arising and to do the best that I can do to address them. So anyway, compassion, forgiveness, understanding, gratitude, all of these things. Now you notice what the one chain is doing. It's creating kind of like a nice little design in our mandala. So this is our mandala. All of our mandalas in the blanket that we are making, this is just one circle of many, many circles. I really do believe it's going to have to be 35 inches. I don't believe I can do a 65-inch blanket. I won't have enough yarn, and the time will be well into 2026 before we finish. But if we do a 35-inch blanket of mandalas, it will bring us to New Year's. We'll be fine. And or before. Or before. It depends how well the videos will flow. Now I want to update you guys on some things while we're crocheting. So again, just for those of you scrolling, we're making a chakra mandala, chakra colors, okay? So far we've got our red, orange, yellow, and now we're working on green. So that's what we're doing, double crochet, chain one, double crochet in each stitch as we go. So we're doing that. So a couple of things I want to update you that I've done. Over on Mella's vlog, that's my other side channel, I decided to predominantly talk about my books over there. Because I do get into, when I'm talking about them, I get passionate about taking care of our earth. I get passionate about historical cultural arts, giving them credit, and talking to you about cultural appreciation and cultural appropriation and what the differences are. I start talking about my books. I'm reading my poetry. These are things that on this channel are going to divert from our art projects. So they're going to be on Mella's vlog. Now the other thing I did is I went over to Instagram and I kind of updated a few things over there to try to focus over on Instagram to share some videos for those of you who have Instagram accounts over there. I'm going to try to share at least some part of projects that I'm working on over here. And I would like to do that. Do I want to update the same video? I don't think so. The audience is different, the viewers are different, things are different, the vibe is different. So, but I'll do that. And then there was another thing. Oh, yes. So Thursday. So look, we have a storm coming in, I guess tonight into tomorrow. Last Thursday we had to cancel because there was like a blizzard out there and nobody was saying there was a blizzard, and there was a blizzard. There absolutely, I mean, the conditions were ridiculous. It's coming in again, and here we are approaching Thursday. So I'm just not sure. That is our bauble. I love that word. That is our bauble workshop. Needle felted Christmas ornaments or baubles. Next month, check it out. If you're local or around and you want to be part of it, we're going to be doing mixed media needle felted. It is going to be so fun. I am going to show you how to do something like this, like to take the sticks like that and to make them part of your needle felted project, okay? Not just sticks. We're going to talk about shells, pebbles. We're going to do bunches of different techniques that are just going to be so fun and that you didn't even know you could do with needle felting. So now this green is working. It is not the green I wanted. I do have green wool that is very bright, light green, but I don't have a lot of it. Wool yarn. You've seen the yarn. I got it at the thrift shop. It's just not enough to do the rounds. This one, we've got enough to do some rounds. So this is a mossy green that we're using right now. So when you're doing your mandalas, mandalas often are decorative. And do they need to have specific meaning? They don't necessarily, except for your own energy. But many times they will have meaning. For example, and you can see this is starting to fold. Do you see that starting to kind of go in? See it right there? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a chain, and in the next space right here, I'm doing 2 double crochets. And then I'm doing a chain. And now I'm going to go 5. I'm going to do a single double crochet, chain 1. Single double crochet, chain 1. Single double crochet. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, in other words, 5 of those in a row. And then on the 6th one, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. 1, 2. You'll see how this straightens out as we continue, because you want to add stitches. If it's starting to curl up, that means it's too tight. So now I'm going to do chain 1, and I'm going to do double crochet. I'm going to do 5 in a row in the next stitches. 1, 2, chain 1, the 3rd double crochet, chain 1, 4th double crochet, chain 1, 5th double crochet, chain 1, and now I'm going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, 1, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. that's what's giving you more of a diameter. Okay, that's what's going to flatten it out. So, and I'm going to do that one more time. So, and that will bring me, it should bring me to my round, pretty darn close to the end of my round. Now, how does that happen? Maybe I forgot to put some stitches while I was talking. Very possible. Okay, now you see here, this is the end of our round. Can you see it? You see kind of a little, you see where the row began? Okay, that's how we know we're at the end of our round. So let me do 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to do a chain, and then in this fourth right here, fourth, I'm going to do two double crochets in the fifth. Let me just pull that out for a minute. Okay, you can see where it's starting to, okay, let me show it this way. Put this down so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here, I still have a little bit of a tighten curl there, just a little bit, not much. But here, you see here, I don't know if you can see this. This is where, right here, is where the row ended. Do you need to close in on exactly where you started? Do you need to end the round exactly where you started? No, you do not. You do not. I gotta tell you, I used to, before I learned really well how to crochet with a ending the round specifically where I started, I would crochet what they call hodgepodge. Everything was half. And now I would love to do that. I want to do that, and I keep wanting to stop at the end of the round. It's just ridiculous. So I'm going to go around one more time here. Now, another thing you can do if it starts to curl is, or tighten, it means it's tightening, is you can add 2 chains between your double crochets or whatever your stitch is. You could use a larger hook, and that will do it. Or you could do multiple stitches in each space. And as opposed to what I'm doing is just doing like every 5, I'm adding 2 double crochets. So, and it's working. You're going to see where it flattens. I can feel it flattening like significantly right now. Yeah. And that will disappear as we continue. But we have to make sure that we keep our, that we're not tightening it. So we have to make sure. And if it doesn't, let's say the curl doesn't go away, then I'll start doing 2 double crochets in each stitch for me. And, but this should definitely give us enough stitches where it starts to relax. But look how fast we're doing this in real time. This is the green. You see, this is the green. The compassion area, our heart area in Chakra. This is the green. So this is so pretty. You know, the other thing we can add to this, and you can make, so a couple things. I probably should bring you up to date here. A couple things. For the mandalas that we are, see how it's flattened already? You see it? The curl, the tightening has gone away. And because we've got another here, you see where we did the 2 right here, you see where we did the 2 double crochets, we added that extra. Now as we're going around, it's now an added space, okay? So that's what's giving us, it's flattening it out. Now, this is the thing, with the mandala blanket, I am sitting on the mandala blanket. Hang on, and one of my viewers, she emailed me and said, I never heard of a mandala blanket. I don't know if I made it up. Hang on. I really don't, because this was years ago. Okay, you see? That's my blanket. I made that. This is very, very big. This is like 65 inches long. You see it? I put little flowers. So the mandalas are not the same size, and you don't have to make them the same size. Like this one, I feel like I want to just kind of give it ruffles with the yellow after. And I might, you know, so this one, we may set it on to another larger one when we build the blanket. When we build the blanket, the way I do it is I like to be innovative. I don't want to like, oh, okay, I've got to do this exact, and you know, I want to be, what do I want to say, innovative in my design, so that when I'm designing it, yes, if I need to make another certain size mandala, then I'll do it. But if whatever I need at the time, or feel I want to add to the aesthetics of what I'm making, I'll do it. So here we go again. You see right here, that's where we did the two double crochets to give us some relaxation in our row. So now I just did 1 double crochet and then chain and continue. And you see it's still a little curl there. So now I'm wondering, maybe I'll do 2 double crochets in each stitch going along. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because it did start to flatten and then it kind of pulled again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm right here in that stitch. So I'll do 2, chain, and then 2, and again we should see the results. Now we should see the results a little more dramatic. But this is innovative. This is when you're going along, you're doing your creative crochet, you're creating a blanket, and you're saying, oh man, the rows are pulling, the rows are tight. This is how you correct it. Add your stitches. If those added stitches are not doing it, add some more. But do so in a strategic way where you're not ruining your piece, but you're adding to it and you're making it beautiful. So now the other thing you can do as you learn this is you can take a piece like this. Let's say this was a little smaller. Let's say like this. You can leave it cupped like that. You can leave it cupped. Let's say you could leave it tightened like that. You could put it in a center of a larger mandala and put little loops and everything and make flowers. So I'm just saying there's a lot that you can do as you're going along. What do I want to say? The mindset of thinking, oh my God, this is ruined. I got to pull it all out. You don't have to. I'm here to tell you that. You don't have to. You can have a beautiful, beautiful piece. You're building a beautiful, beautiful mandala blanket. Beautiful crocheted, creative crocheted mandala blanket. Your meditation blanket with your meditation chakra colors. And that's what we're doing. Now, this totally is going to work. The 2 double crochets in each space with a chain between them, and it looks pretty. And you know what is happening? This yarn is it's getting greener because this is variegated. So it's going from the mossy green now to more green, which is what I want. I want the beautiful green part of it. Whoops. And that's the other thing. You can, I almost went and did a half double crochet. You can switch your stitches as you go through, because you're creating this, okay? But look at this. I'm just going to hold it up. Okay, now check it out. You see how it's flattening out? But look at this. It's still tight. Now watch, it's going to work because this works. And it works because it's relaxing. You're adding all of these stitches. Right here, those 2 double crochets I did in 1 stitch on my last round to relax it wasn't quite enough, but I'm not skipping over that and going over here. I'm definitely going into that space between those 2, because the reason I did it was to get more of a diameter, was to get more spaces, so it would flatten out. So you don't want to skip that. You want to count that, use those with those spaces to stitch. Those are your extra spaces that you just worked hard on your last round. Now, let me tell you something else. What happens when you get to the larger mandalas? I figured this out because I did, as you know, this blanket back here, and I did so many of them. So they get floppy. They can get super floppy. And again, it is all, that is your cue that you need to tighten it up. Okay, or you can get ridges because you're not being consistent in your stitches. So, and maybe you want them, but it will start to go like that, because here you did all these really tight stitches, and then out here you're doing all these loose stitches because you're like, oh my God, it's curling, now I gotta make it looser. So when you're making it looser, you want to keep checking it. You know, put it down, check it, make sure it's not too loose. Once you get it relaxed all around the perimeter, then be mindful, if you're continuing to make a larger mandala, be mindful of being consistent with your stitches. Okay, it's just like when you're making a hat. You want to be consistent with those stitches. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there for those of you who are, you want to make your mandala. Now the other thing you can do is, and I'm not going to kind of do that. I'm not going to go super duper large with the mandalas. I'm not. I'm going to go just a little bit more with this one. I'm not, because let me tell you something. First of all, I'm making a blanket 35 inches in length, 35. That's standard. That's a nice small throw, but it's also manageable to build it and to design it. And if I make too many mandalas, or I don't make enough mandalas, I can make some extras. And if I'm not happy with the design and I feel like, well, I really don't like this particular one, I want more red or want more purple or whatever, then it's more manageable. You're making something like I made back here, 65 inches, it may even be longer. I'm not kidding you either. I mean, it's huge. It wraps around me, so that tells you right there. I mean, from my head to my toe. It's huge. So, no, I'm not doing that. I want to keep this manageable and make it pretty. Maybe we put flowers on it. And maybe I'll have a print cartridge by then to put in my printer so I can get things listed to sell on Whatnot. I did reopen the store, but I realize I need to print out labels if I sell anything. So, and I can't figure out how to get off of vacation mode. I keep clicking the button, and so I'm going to have to call them, text them for help. Okay, so let's take a look at this and keep checking it, okay, because that's what you want to do. So I'm going to put the camera down so you can see. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Oh, this is a lovely look now. Can you see? You see how relaxed it is? Okay, let me hold this up. Let me put this back up. It's lovely. It is. It came out beautifully relaxed. You see? I'm so glad I was able to show you that in real time. This is real time. We started crocheting from the yellow. Look how many rounds we did. I'm just liking this the way it is right now. And before I do any ruffles and this and that, you can see that green here was kind of a mossy green. But anyway, so let's see, we've been out here 45 minutes. I can hardly believe that already. I am sending you love and light. I'm telling you, in safety. I am worried about December because the weather is very, it's severe, right? Like from the west, north, let me think here for a minute. Northern west side of the United States to the Midwest, to the Northeast, down to the Southeast. In the mid South, Mid-South part of the United States. Be safe. So anyway, this is our chakra. Remember, on the internet, you can find many other meanings and associations related to the chakra colors. I'm giving you kind of a few, and the ones that I meditate on and focus on. And I'm not saying because, I focus on them like I'm perfect at this all the time. That's why we, have the tools. That's why I believe every single day revamping and trying to revamp, trying to find that moment, even if it's a moment, just a few moments, to say to yourself, oh, mentally I'm exhausted. I need to rest. And I really want to focus on being at peace right now. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Take care of yourself is what I'm saying. So anyway, I hope that this helped. Let me know. These are all the tails that you're seeing. I will be cutting those and tucking those in. But if you have any questions, you're getting stuck, whether you're making a hat, I don't care what it is you're making something, you're crocheting something, you're doing your rounds, you're doing your rows, you're having a problem, let me know. I am more than happy to do a video. If I can answer the question, I will answer the question, and I do a video to show you how to do it. Because some of the videos out there, I've watched them, and I am an advanced crocheter, and I can tell you right now, some of them go so fast, and even if you're rewinding, you're like, well, wait a minute. You're not being consistent in saying what you just did here. You're like just skipped, and now you're doing, from what I can see, 2 half double crochets, and you're going into a double crochet and a triple. Okay, oh, you're making an ear, but say you're making it. Anyway, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just kind of like messing around. Anyway, oh, you know what these mandalas too? With your chakras, yes, you can make the flowers, but yeah, you can make ears. You can make eyes. You can do whatever you want. You want your chakra blanket to reflect. Let it reflect the spirit and the love and the joy in your heart, the hopefulness, and, something that when you look at it, it brings you to a good place. So anyway, with that, thank you so much for being with me. I send you love and light, and God willing, just joking, I will see you tomorrow, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Love and light.